So, let's start from here, guys. Wearing a cross is haram in Islam, right? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Millions of Muslims nowadays wear crosses because they have rejected the knowledge. Some just because they love a certain football club. I'm not commanding you to wear, but what I'm saying is don't you ever say you knew nothing about this at the time you are being thrown into hell. Because ignorance of the law is no excuse. The upper side of their logo is the crown with a cross. We were expecting the initials to be of the club on their logo, but it is FMC. You can make a fool of yourself and say it just stands for football club. Then I can ask you, then what does M stand for? F, free. M, Mason. C, club. Free Masonic Club. I know you want to argue about this, but I'm not going to argue. I'm just spitting facts. They control our freedom because they own weapons, they own engineers. Our city is full of satanic infrastructures. They control our governments. They own banks, so they control our economy. You're not suspicious at all. The worst thing is we allow them to know us better than we know ourselves. We even tend to love them better than we even love ourselves, than even how we love our families, than even how we love our relatives. I'm calling my mom, blah, blah, blah. Aren't you suspicious that somebody is ready to go to a photo shoot, pay thousands of dollars, just to take a pic showing him calling his mom, rather than dialing his mom's number for just a few cents? We aren't suspicious at all. The days of a new world order, here they are. It won't take that long as you think. And when you talk about the new world order, you can't skip the word Illuminati. Because the creation of one world government with a single church and one single currency under their control is their major goal. In Latin, the word Illuminati means revealed, getting the light, getting to know. In the 1600s is when people started to have a clue about the Illuminati. But it is said to have officially been formed in 1st May 1776. Adam worshipped in his uncle's library, consumed every latest French philosopher's book. At that time, Bavaria was deeply conservative and Catholic, to the extent that Adam worshipped thought that the system is repressing the freedom of mind. And because the boy had a restless mind, so he saw that religious ideas were no longer adequate for the modern society. And he decided to find himself another form of illumination, which now is known as the Illuminati. At that time, Freemason was expanding steadily throughout Europe. Worshipped thought of joining them, but he was in support with the many of Freemason's ideas. And once Worshipped said, he is not against religion, but the way it is practiced and being imposed. Although at first, the Illuminati were limited to Worshipped students, but later on, the membership expanded and included the noblemen, included the politicians, included doctors, included lawyers, and a lot more. 9 years later, in 1785, after fame and popularity, Bavaria government announced the banning of the Illuminati. But it was like extinguishing fire with petrol, because that's when it became unstoppable and everyone wanted to know what is it, what it is about. So it became more popular and it got the rapid increase in its members. Illuminati published a book, the book about their rules and their laws. One of the biggest law on that book said the major goal was to stop the exploitation, government exploitation. They believe the government is just a tool to exploit these people. So in their book, they came with the policy, not ruling, but controlling them. What a policy. People really think they chose their MPs, their presidents. Everything is planned already. What someone should do for you isn't on them, but on those people who put them there. Isn't on our MPs or presidents. You'll be wondering, how can these leaders be this heartless? They are in pain too. They are in pain. They just wish to do the right things. But the problem is they are already in and they can't go against them. Because if they go against it, they will lose everything. Everything they lose. You really think these celebs want to be gays? You really think someone who's happy seeing his daughter maybe, or seeing his son, or seeing his father being the trans? You really think some they don't want to have kids? Never. But once you are in, there is no going back. The wars, the pandemic, all these blasphemy are all part of the process to form the new world order. United Nations, UN, is the parliament of this new world order. Even to rule any society, there should be laws and policies. And not to make the policies and laws in the parliament, right? So there comes the UN, the parliament of this new world order. WHO, World Health Organization, is the ministry of this world government to take control over this world. So how are they using them? They have the formula SRP. So now we read this backwards. It is PRS, right? Which stands for problem, reaction, solution. So they first make a problem. They use medias. They spread it. Then they make a reaction about it in the medias. Then they pretend to form the solution. And once you're in the problem, sometimes you run out of options. And they make you believe that there is no other option but signing agreements with them. Sometimes they empower your opposition party and they form rebels. And once the riots on, they use media to show how bad the situation is. And so the situation needs help. Then the UN acts as the savers. And I know you know what happens once the UN is in. And so that's how they open doors that appear to be closed to them. We are happy of this technology, digital equipments, smartphones, laptops, desktops, CCTV cameras. But that's how it is easier for them to control us. They know our transactions, they know our income. And once someone knows what you are worth of, it is easier for them to control you. Because they know our weak points. They know exactly what kind of distraction they should make for each one of us. The Muslims believe near end there will be a terrible jam. It will call itself God, but in the Quran, it's called Messiah Dajjal. The whole world will be in drought, no water, no food, having nothing. But this creature will be able to give you anything you want. If you are thirsty, it will give you water. If you are hungry, it will give you food. Only if you will praise him and confess that he is the one, the real God. And so he will put the beast mark on their foreheads, which is 666, to those who will confess and be trapped by him. Christians call it the Antichrist. If you read Revelation chapter 17, verse 12 to 14, I will read, and the 10 horns that you saw are 10 kings who have not yet received the royal power, but they are to receive authority as kings for 1 hour together with the beast. These are of one mind, and they hand over their power and authority to the beast. They will make war on the Lamb, and the Lamb will conquer them, for he is the Lord of lords and the King of kings, and those with him are called and chosen and faithful. Muslims say this creature will fight Prophet Isa. Christians say it will fight Jesus, but in both cases, Prophet Isa or Jesus, they will win the war. So let's read verse 12. And the 10 horns that you saw are the 10 kings who have not yet received their powers. Who are those? Who are the 10 kings that are written in the Bible? Bible specialists say the 10 kings written in the Bible is the Club of Rome, that club in Italy. This is the gathering of people with great knowledge, great authority, great influence and power. In 1973, the Club of Rome released a report entitled Regionalized and Adaptive Model of Global World System. The document reveals that the Club of Rome has divided the world into 10 political and economical regions known as kingdoms. Kingdom 10, Central Asia. Kingdom 9, South and Southeast Asia. Kingdom 8, Central Africa. Kingdom 7, North Africa and the Middle East. Kingdom 6, Central, Latin and South America. Kingdom 5, Eastern Europe. Kingdom 4, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Israel, and the Pacific Islands. Kingdom 3, Japan. Kingdom 2, European Union and the Western Europe. Kingdom 1, Mexico, Canada, and the USA. They believe in the process. They say slow but sure. So that's all I have for today in this particular video. But there's a part 2 of this. And make sure you watch it in my channel, because if you want to watch it, you will never, ever, ever, and ever live forever. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like the video and put a comment down there. See you later, guys. Peace out.